of this portion of the program, so to speak. And then when we get to show and tell at the later, then we'll stop the recording so that you can feel free to show your item, and in case anyone is sort of
not wanting to be posted publicly.
Right. Because we will be posting the part that we have recorded onto our YouTube channel. So it looks like it's 3:02, so I'm going to go ahead and start talking about what's going on. Okay, welcome everyone. We're glad you're here. It is, oh my gosh, 5.5, 6 weeks till the end of the year, which is totally amazing because as far as I can remember, it was just March.
Yeah.
Maybe February. It's like this year has really flown by for me. We have been, though, recently making lots of little skeins. We make a lot of little skeins all the time, but this time of year, we particularly,
oh my gosh, yes.
Right. And just for, because I'm Babs. This is Helen.
Hi.
And Helen is our office manager and just knows lots of things that are going on everywhere. So thanks for the comment. I got the haircut just 3 hours ago. So thank you. So we've been making toes for Snow Matter What, Sarah Shira's mystery gnome along. Yeah. And that starts on December 1. And so it's 4 mini toes, and it's 6 clues, I think, or
so the December one is a bit different. You get something every day in December, be it a piece of story or a recipe or a memory. And then there are, I don't know how many clues, but It's broken up. And I think you get an email from Sarah with some festivity every day from December 1st through the 24th or 25th.
Okay. And she spends a lot of time coming up with the story that surrounds her gnome and her gnome along. Okay. And so she'll be doing that. We've put together a number of toe sets for that. Then the other little skeins we've been making are minis they're 80-yard minis, as the regular toes are 133 yards. Right. And then the Festive Set toes or mini skeins are 80-yard skeins. And we've been making them in Yummy 2-ply, Avon, and then half-size minis in Yowza. Those are 100-yard skeins. So we had this year 9 color and yarn-based combinations. So
with further additional complications just to make things exciting here.
Right. So it means that, we have to really be careful, and we have a few employees who are a little careful.
Yep.
And we call on them to make sure that we really follow neatly through and do everything one step at a time. And so the Festive Sets are in progress. We are down to the last 2 bases.
On the last set.
On the last set. Yes, on the last color set. So the Avon will ship tomorrow, and the Yowza sets will ship on Monday. because we just can't get it all done. And I will tell you, we're just like everybody else. We've had some sickness, we've had some health issues, we've had family things that needed to be tended to. And so it's just, we haven't had full staffing.
Yep.
Actually, probably
For a couple weeks before Rhinebeck
right.
was when
Yeah.
one of our dedicated tow makers had to go off for health reasons, and
Right.
he's still out. So we've been scrambling a bit to keep up
Right.
with everything.
Yeah. So it's, things that normally go smoothly are still going smoothly, but we're having to dedicate more people to the activities. The festive bags, for those people who bought festive bags, there were two colors. One was Mountain Vista and the other was
Garden Bubbles.
Garden Bubbles. And Veronica Ori painted the Mountain Vista and I painted the Garden Bubbles. Those will ship early next week. And then we do have a few sets left in each color and base combination. And in the festive sets, we will have, and those will be unwrapped. We'll have those available next week sometime.
Yeah, we'll probably put them up Monday afternoon once we have the final totals
Right.
of all of the different sets. And then if there are any left, we'll mention them in the Thanksgiving newsletter.
Right.
Sometimes there are, sometimes they go fast. I don't know
Right.
what this year will be.
Yep. So if you're interested in a specific set, you may want to give us a little note.
That's fair.
I mean, you're here today, so if you're, interested, you could contact customer service and.
Yeah, if you email info@Miss Babs,
Right.
I will be the one answering emails. We will be the one answering emails
Right.
tomorrow, and I'll also let Sarah know that if anyone
Right.
emails,
Right.
that's fine.
Okay. And so what else is coming? Let's see. We have another mystery knit along coming in for January 1. Hillary Latimer is doing a New Year's Eve mystery knit along, Postcards from Abroad. And it uses, and so certainly if you have some stash, this is not a bad opportunity to use up some stash, but it uses, she calls for two tonal colors in two different colors. Does that make sense? So we have the dark green and the light green, the light blue and the dark blue. And then there is a toe of a different color that will be a pop or show as a
coordinating contrasting color.
Right. That's a nice way to put it. So this is one of our sets. It's By the Sea, Celtic, Dragon Claw, Iantha, and the purple is Purple Crush. We have more than this, but I just brought these. This is a nice warm set. And then the coordinating color is Golden Anniversary. This is two browns and two blues. I love brown and blue together.
Yeah.
They just really show up. And then the coordinating color is a light coral color. So anyway, that's one of the things that's coming along. Oh, I didn't show these off. So as you can see, we've got a few gnomes above my head.
Yeah, and that's just part of our collection. We've knit quite a few.
Yes. And these are the toe sets for the Snow Matter What. It calls for a dark, a light, a really light, and then an orange of some sort. And she says that you need to, if you don't have the orange, you will be really sad.
Yep.
So this set, one of my favorite sets is this set. Of course, I love teal. So we've got this dark teal, light teal, and then an orangey. And this is a speckle that doesn't have a lot of speckles, but it is interesting. This is another set with cordovan and spree. This has been actually a very popular set, this cordovan one. And this has got pitch and snowdrift, turmeric and rainforest. This one has also been very popular. Yeah. And then pitch, white peppercorn festival weekend, and migration. These two are light speckles. Yeah. So those, you can have a little speckle. This is, again, something that you can easily go stash diving for.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I don't think any of the colors need a full toe's worth of yarn.
Right.
But that's the easiest way for us to make sets. So.
Yes. And so one of the other things that has been coming along, we've been hearing about on Instagram for the last, I don't know, maybe week, but really, Stephen started really talking about the hybrid knit along, which is this year a fade. And so we put together some fades, and this is one of the sets we put together. And so it goes dark to light, obviously, and purple for the purple lovers, and a blue for the blue lovers. I like this one a lot. And this is another purpley one that goes
more neutrally purple.
Yes, more neutral purple. And then it goes down to plover, which is a warm white, warm off-white.
Yeah.
So,
and we made a handful yesterday, and they started vanishing. So we made another handful today, and I imagine we'll keep making more over the coming days.
Right. So that's what's going on. And apparently the hybrid knit along starts now. You can buy the pattern, you can see the pattern, so it's not a mystery. And for those of us that like to see the pattern, I do both. I like mysteries. I also like to see the pattern. So, and I think this is probably the last thing that's coming along that we're gearing up for is Laura Ayler is doing her annual Just For You pattern. And it's the way she does this is that it's something for the knitter in us to knit for ourselves after we've knit all the other stuff for everybody else for Christmas. And a small project. This is uses one skein of Kunlun. Mm-hmm. And so I think she's going to announce it
in the next couple of days.
Yeah.
Is what she told me.
Right. And the first clue will drop on December 13th, when my guess is most of us, if you're having to ship anything, you will have shipped it by then. So speaking of presents, Christmas presents, one of the things that I do, which some of you probably have heard me talk about, is I make hats, and I make hats in all different kinds of colors and yarns and so on, and sizes. And then I send them to Colorado to my sister, who has a bunch of family. And this year, there is the addition of the sister-in-law and her husband and 2 kids and their spouses. So it becomes, a large gathering of about 25 people. And I send out hats, pot holders, other things that I've made, and they can pick whatever works for them from what I send, so that I don't have any expectation that Meredith is going to pick this hat kind of thing, or
Right.
or that Nina is going to pick it. So, and here's the other piece. This is Intrepid, which is a worsted weight. So this took me maybe 6 hours, 7 hours to knit at the most. And I still have enough to knit another hat. And this is, so most hats that I make are some version of the sock
head slouch.
Yeah, the sock head slouch. And I may not make it as long, but I generally use her formulas for doing this. So just makes it easy. And it's I love a formula that I can just knit and I don't have to think about.
Yep. Diana was commenting earlier that she admires your Beachy Keen and is knitting it in the same color.
Yeah.
And I am also working on a Beachy Keen. Mine is a long scrappy fade version from Stash. Unsurprisingly, for those who know me, I have quite a few fall colors in leftover odds and ends of Yummy 2-ply, and I thought this would be a fun way to use them up. So this is the halfway point in my fade color scheme, and then I'll pivot and come back the other way. The scarf that Babs is wearing is called Growing Native, and it's in Avon Golden Anniversary.
Right.
And I can put a link to that.
And the designer is Helen.
Yes.
Yeah. 2 skeins of Avon. And here's the pattern on the end. And then you switch to a different lace pattern. And it's just a very nice, simple, you can do, the pattern will show with a speckle or with a solid. And it's very comfortable. The Avon is a comfortable weight, not too heavy for those of us who don't want too much on our necks. And
the lace pattern in the body of the shawl is a 4-row repeat with rest rows. And the working row is the same, just offset by 1 stitch. So it's quite a simple project for the bulk of the shawl to knit, which was nice when I was working on it and had a lot of stuff happening.
Yeah. So let's see what else. And as you can imagine, we will be taking next Thursday and Friday off for Thanksgiving. And we also have a few special surprises for the weekend that we'll be sharing in our newsletter that will go out Thursday morning. Nobody really sends it set up to go at the part of computer.
Scheduled send.
Yes. So there's that. And I think that's all I have to talk about in terms of what's going on at the studio. Do you have anything?
The only other thing, which we should have brought some over and I totally forgot, is we've been getting a few fun new Notion-y things in. And we'll be featuring those on social media and in our newsletter as well. But we got some really adorable bags from an artist in the UK who draws animals with knitwear on, and then
right.
makes
And,
that into fabric and turns them into bags.
and some gnomes.
Yes, the very cute gnomes.
Yes. And so those are on the website and have been selling very well. So. And they're the right price point for a gift, either to yourself or for friends, knitting friends. So,
Yeah.
okay.
All right. Well, let's go ahead and end the recording and then we can do some show and tell.